Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and our interview segments brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And this interview also being streamed on our Facebook page. So going left to right, as you see them on screen, Trajan Jones, Indiana Borough Planner, and Nicole Sipos, the Indiana Borough Manager. It's good to have you both with us today. How are you folks doing?
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right, so let's start with you, Mr. Jones, because your department, the planning department, has been pretty busy as of late putting together an updated version of the comprehensive plan. So why don't you pull that microphone a little bit up, a little bit higher, and that way you don't have to bend over into it, and tell us about what's been going on with the comprehensive plan.
So yeah, we have been real busy. We kicked it off in March, and then since then we've had, I think, 5 or 6 steering committee meetings. So that's kind of representatives from our community that have come together to kind of guide the project. And we've also had, I think, 12 public events that we've not necessarily we held, but we've kind of tagged along around Indiana. So like the Italian Festival, stuff like that. But throughout those events, we were able to talk to people, kind of get their vision for the town, hear what they like, what they don't like. And through that, we've compiled all that data, kind of all that feedback. And that's going to go into the comp plan to kind of guide how we write our vision, essentially, and our recommendations for Indiana.
So if somebody wants to come into the borough and build something, we can kind of guide them what to do. And
all right, so how long is this plan? Is this like a 10-year plan, 15-year plan?
So a typical comprehensive plan would be about a 15 to 20 year, looking into the future. But for us, we're looking a little bit shorter, about 5 to 8 years. So about 2030 is about our target.
All right, so that's still some pretty good time, though.
Yeah,
that's still a lot of time for the borough, and also, as you said, this is going to be the guide that people of things that people want to see happen, of things that should happen. And I'm sure you've had a lot of people talking about a wide variety of topics. What were some of the topics that kind of came up the most?
Historic preservation, that came up a lot, and that's kind of something also that we're behind the scenes working on to kind of address and kind of keep at the forefront of people's minds. Mm-hmm. But other than that, recreation is a big thing. People want things to do, things to
more
go
of a
and
connection to a corridor from
IUP to the borough.
To the borough.
Okay, yeah. All right, I can see that, and recreation definitely important. Also, places to go, because I think there's just like the 1 or 2 parks, and that's it.
Yeah.
So places to go, things to do. But now you're getting into another task that the planning office has to take care of, and that's the zoning ordinance rewrite.
Correct.
That was discussed, I think, at the last meeting, wasn't it?
It was, yes, because we had the consultants in, and they kind of were reviewing, the plan to guide us through this rewrite.
So now that the consultants have had their job and had their say, what's next?
So the way it kind of works, and it's really cool how the timing worked out. So the comprehensive plan, that kind of collects the vision, like I said, gets people thinking about what they want to see. And then following up that with the zoning ordinance, that's how we achieve that. So with the zoning ordinance, it's not necessarily going to change the zoning map or how properties are zoned. Yeah. But it's more the details into what you can and can't do within those zones.
All right. As many people might know, this would prohibit, if it was a residential zone, you can't set up an industrial business in there. That's a radical example, but you're dealing with the minutia in this case. And is it a tough thing to do, to deal with the tiny bits?
I wouldn't say it's tough. I think it's needed. Maybe is the best. It's not the best job in the world. It's necessary. Yeah, a lot of the kind of reasoning behind rewriting the zoning ordinance is a little bit difficult to enforce some of the codes through our code office. So going through it, kind of tightening those things up, it'll be a lot easier for them to enforce. And I think throughout the project of updating it, we're going to do a lot of public engagement like we did with the comp plan. So I think having people's opinions and hearing their ideas and their thoughts on the forefront of it will make it a little bit easier on the back end also for us to enforce. They'll kind of understand where this stuff is coming from.
And the goal is always to maintain our downtown feel, our walkability, to have
that sort of street level beauty, if you will.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so dates. How much further do we have before the comprehensive plan will go before the Borough Council?
So that our target date right now, which we are on track to meet, will be early March.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the updated zoning ordinance?
Zoning ordinance, that'll be a little bit longer. So we aren't officially started yet. It'll be close to a year. We're going to kick it off in January.
So we're
that'll
looking
wrap
at
up.
like January 2025. Then.
Yeah, around there.
Okay, so still a lot of time and a lot of opportunity, as you said,
Right.
for public engagement.
Right.
All right, excellent. Nicole, one of the things that always pops up at this time of the year, and you know it, it is the budget.
The budget, yes.
Now, a lot of areas have had some difficulties this year. I'm sure Indiana Borough has had to do it, but you came in here saying no tax increases for the property taxes,
Yes.
and that's a sticking point of pride there.
Yeah, it is. It is. Everybody has done a great job. All the departments have, maintained a great budget throughout the year, and we were able to, pull that into 2024 and going in with no tax increase. Now, there is some things coming up in 2024, so there's no guaranteed for what's happening in 2025. So.
Right. So what are some of those things that you're keeping an eye on? Obviously, one of them is the renovation of the borough building.
Correct. The building is in dire need of some renovations, and we are going to proceed with that. That is going to be a year process, and we will keep the public informed, when we relocate and where to go, how to still get a hold of us. We will have plenty of information out there.
And you actually just signed the lease for the temporary borough offices. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be where once again?
In the annex building in the old magistrate office.
Okay, so you go to the courthouse annex, and you go to where Judge Hapral's office used to be.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
excellent.
you'll find the administration and code and zoning over there.
Trajan, I don't know how much work that you actually had to do with the budgeting of this, but maybe as a representative of one department of Indiana Borough Council, how tough was it to work on this budget this year?
This was actually one of my first times ever even being involved with a budget cycle or process like this. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that really wasn't involed too much. It was more so just
a guide.
Yeah, let me know what I can work with, and I'll stay within that. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in training this year.
Yeah.
All right.
Budget. Yeah.
That I can understand. That's the matter is closed on that one.
Yeah.
But let's open it up. Did you hear anything from the departments that were like, we've got this handled, we've got this taken care of?
They did. Everybody can work within their means and their budget. Everybody does a great job. There's some. What really helps the borough lately is we've been getting a lot of grants. So our grant writer has been doing an excellent job. Kyle, you see him at council.
Oh,
meetings.
yeah, Kyle.
We apply for everything out there. So there is money out there to be gotten, and we apply for it. So
yeah, and Kyle, as you said, he does an excellent job not only with the grant writing, but also some other things in keeping us informed on the digital platforms as well of things that are going on. So we thank him for that. So final budget's going to be approved next month, this coming month.
This Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes.
It's, oh my gosh.
Yeah, next week.
All right,
council,
because I was thinking about that. I'm thinking scheduling. Yeah, I guess it has to be a minimum of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the budget is on display out in the office. Anybody wants to stop and look at it. So on December 5th, we will vote to adopt it. And then we also are going to have the work session meeting on December 19th to open the bids for the building project.
Okay, so the 19th of December will be the opening of the bids for the building project.
Right.
First meeting of the new year, though, this is going to be a little bit different because this is the big reorganization meeting. This is the consolidation from the 4-ward system into the 2-ward system, and the number of people going down from 12 to 8.
Yes.
And that's big. That's
it is.
big.
We're coming up with a meeting structure too. Right now, each council member served on, a committee, and now we're reducing the number of council, so we're trying to come up with a meeting structure. So I think we have it figured out, which we're going to talk about tonight at admin, and we'll bring that up next Tuesday at the meeting.
So it could still be a council member would maybe have to be on two committees, or it could be a committee of the whole type of idea.
That's what we're looking at. I think we're going to, all the committees will, all council members will attend all the committees, which will have them in 2 nights, in 2 Tuesday nights. I know it's going to be a lot of information.
It seems overwhelming.
We're going to make it work.
All right. So also that'll be the swearing-in night for the new council members, right?
On the January 2nd for the reorg.
Yeah. All right. So it's Tuesday, January 2nd. That'll be the reorganization meeting. and after that should be back to business as normal, but just with 8 people instead of 12 votes at the table.
And a new location. So we'll have plenty of information out there. You know, our council meetings we'll probably have our meetings at the Borough Building in January, but probably February, March they'll be across the street.
They'll be across the street at the Annex building. Okay, excellent. All right, because that's what I was going to ask next, actually, is whenever the construction starts, are all the borough meetings going to be held at the Annex building? So the answer is yes to that. That's great. All right, so anything else that you two can think of coming up with Indiana Borough in the near future?
Yeah, one thing, actually, coming up in the next week to 2 weeks, maybe, we're going to actually be having a drone flight. So
drone flight.
So we're going to be capturing some imagery of the borough, which will also help with our with the comprehensive plan, kind of our land use section.
Okay.
So some images of that, what's going on. And then also just for marketing purposes, having good visual aerial photos of the borough.
Yeah, so if you hear a buzzing overhead, it's not the bees. It's a drone helicopter. But I can see also that also being a good tool as well for the planning department, because of the fact that you do have now an idea of what's here, what's not, and you can kind of put together a kind of an overhead map, or at least a good panorama of what is in the borough.
Right. And we'll be doing it in conjunction with IUP's geography department, so that also serves to kind of tighten that relationship, and kind of continue working with them, because that is an asset, having all those students there to help us out with different, projects.
Definitely. So that is starting next week, you said?
Yeah, so it's a tentative date, either going to be the 30th of November or the 7th of December.
Okay, so it could be next Thursday or the 7th of December, the following Thursday. I'm guessing it just depends on the weather conditions.
Right, yeah. That's the biggest thing. It's pretty much whenever we can get out there. So like a day like today, we wouldn't be.
You wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be out there on. I wouldn't want to be out there flying a drone on a day like this. Wind is blowing just a little bit.
Right.
And the snow, it's not going to provide you with any good visibility.
But the town looks beautiful.
I will say that. And with the fact that Indiana is just starting to host the It's a Wonderful Life Festival and all the great celebrations associated with the holidays, just kind of makes it even better.
It does.
All right. Nicole and Trajan, thank you both very much. We're just about out of time, but thank you again for coming over to be on Indiana in the Morning this morning. All the best. And if I don't, and I will see you guys at the next Borough Council meeting, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Trajan Jones, the planner for Indiana Borough, and Nicole Sipos, the Borough Manager, joining us on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interviews presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm, Best of Indiana County Contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We are approaching 9:25. That's our Teddy Bear Fund Drive time. So coming up next, the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking. And then we'll have a check of news headlines at the bottom of the hour. Jake Slobodnik will be back with a complete check of sports. And in our next segment, we'll have some guaranteed good news for you concerning a Thanksgiving hero, some food banks, and even, yes, it's a sport, competitive cleaning. We'll talk about that as part of guaranteed good news this morning. And we'll also have Janice Dean with the Dean's List here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first, member FDIC. So stay tuned. We've got a lot more to go in just a half hour.
Hi, I'm Garrett Greig, your local mortgage banker at S&T Bank. At S&T, we know there is no place like home for the holidays. Let us help you get into the home of your dreams this holiday season. Visit me at one of our Indiana County offices to learn more about our mortgage options. You can also visit us at stbank.com or by calling 800-325-2265. Wishing you a joyful holiday season and a prosperous new year. S&T Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Now, Jacksonville leads the AFC South at 8-3. But are the Jags really elite? Twice on Sunday, Trevor Lawrence had chances to put the game away in Houston on offense, but couldn't. Jacksonville is 6-0 on the road, which means it's a quality second-tier team in my eyes, but not yet Super Bowl stuff. I don't see that. I'm Boomer Esiason.
As the weather gets colder, the NFL offers Stay Hot on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. I like putting parlay bets together, hammering the overs, and anytime player touchdown bets always have me on the edge of my seat. So if you're ready to do the same, visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 pregame money line wager required. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
It's fall. Old Man Winter's right around the corner. That means time to get your tires and vehicle checked at Lias Tire and Auto Service. And now through November 30th, you can get up to a $100 reward card for the purchase of 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Get your new Cooper tires mounted and balanced at Lias Tire and Auto Service before November 30th and get up to a $100 reward card on new Cooper tires. An employee-owned Lias Tire and Auto Service.
Come to Lias Tire.
Are you frustrated with your pharmacy lately? Are you having trouble getting your prescriptions or getting in touch with a pharmacist? Perhaps it's time for a change. Choose Diamond Drug. Voted the best in Indiana County, Diamond offers free next-day delivery, unique packaging options, and a team of friendly pharmacists always there to answer your questions. We're accepting new patients, and we're ready to provide the service you deserve. Transfer your prescriptions today by calling 724-465-4200. That's 724-465-4200. Diamond Drug, where we care about care.
Hi, I'm attorney Bob Marcus.
And I'm attorney Brian Mitterheiser.
If you've been hurt in an accident, you need an experienced team of attorneys, and that's Marcus and Mack.
For nearly 50 years, we've helped clients obtain financial compensation for their losses, and our firm is dedicated to doing what is right and whatever it takes.
If you've been hurt in an accident, tell them you mean business and call Marcus and Mack.
Voted best personal injury